Last chance. Your miracle will happen in 2 minutes after seeing this secret angel's message. My beloved child, this is the moment that was written into your timeline long before you knew how to ask for it. You did not stumble upon these words. Heaven has ordered your steps to arrive here now. The veil is thin. The air itself holds a hum, and what you are feeling in your body, in your chest, in your breath, is not imagination. It is alignment. Archangel Michael stands beside you even as you read. His sword is lifted, burning with celestial light that exposes every lie, cuts loose every invisible tether, and seals what is rightfully yours. Hear him as he speaks with a voice that sounds like courage inside your ribs. This is it. This is your moment of remembrance. Your spirit knows these frequencies. Your soul has been waiting on this confirmation. Heaven says, do not turn away. This is your appointed hour. God says to you now, I have seen every quiet night, every heavy morning, every ache that made you wonder if I was listening. I was. I am. And I have never let go. You thought the silence meant absence, but it was preparation. You thought delays meant denial, but they were protection. I hid you in plain sight until the right minute could arrive. That minute is here. Open your heart, and watch how quickly everything responds. For months, weeks, perhaps years, you have felt the soft brush of something unseen, numbers repeating, songs arriving at perfect moments, a name that keeps resurfacing, the sensation of warmth on your shoulders with no source. Child, those were not random. That was heaven's way of whispering, steady yourself, a turn is coming. The angels have stood watch at your threshold, gathering every tear, counting every prayer, and cataloging every time you chose love when fear looked easier. Every offering, every bit of faith, none of it fell to the ground. All of it has weight in the courts of heaven. And in those courts, your name has been spoken in light. There was a conversation about you, yes, about you. A council convened in quiet, where angels recited your endurance, where the Holy Spirit reminded the room of your promises, where secrets that kept you bound were lifted, weighed, and dismantled. Some tried to sow doubt. Some attempted to complicate your timing. But Michael stepped forward and declared with the clarity of steel, not this one. This soul belongs to the light. Their inheritance will not be stolen. Their miracle will not be silenced. God says, I know the storm you walked through. I watched you stay soft when you could have turned bitter. I watched the way your hand still reached outward while your heart felt empty. You were not overlooked. You were refined. The fire wasn't for your destruction, it was to remove every trace of what was never yours. You asked for a sign. You asked for confirmation. Consider this your divine document, sealed in grace. Within 2 minutes of agreeing with what you know in your spirit, a shift will begin. The wind will change. You will feel it in your chest, a loosening, a lightness, a knowing. Doors will respond to your belief. Michael says, listen with more than your ears. There is something meant for you that was diverted, delayed, misplaced by the hands of confusion, but it was never destroyed. Heaven retrieved it. Your portion has been carried back through corridors of light and is heading toward you now. No curse, no jealousy, no sabotage can touch what's marked with your name. It is wrapped in holy fire. It is unstoppable. Breathe. You are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. The ground under your feet is sacred. Even where you thought you were walking alone, angels flanked you. They recorded your long nights, your small victories, your brave yes. They saw you try again after failure had announced itself loudly. Heaven never mocked you for your doubts. Heaven honored you for showing up in spite of them. God says, what was hidden is being revealed. The secret behind your struggle, the reason that season felt like you were standing still, is about to make perfect sense. The people who left did not disqualify you, they made room for what fits. The rejections did not define you, they corrected your course. What felt like endings were merciful beginnings. I was never punishing you. I was preserving you. Right now, truth is rising like dawn. There is an expose happening behind the scenes, a conversation you were never meant to hear loosed an arrow, a plan formed against your progress frayed in the hands of the one who designed it, and an accusation made in darkness vaporized as it touched the border of your light. Their words are dust. Your faith is gold. The weight they tried to add to your shoulders is falling away, and in its place comes peace that does not require a reason. Michael says, in divine time, we measure minutes differently. When we say 2 minutes, we do not mean your clock. We mean the precise moment your heart says yes fully. When agreement arrives, the unseen world pivots. Battles end. Alignments begin. Threads tie themselves together. Watch for the gentle signs, a sudden stillness, a name rising to your mind, a memory that no longer hurts, a sense of being held. Do not dismiss these. They are the dawnlight proofs that the miracle has started breathing. Expect confirmation. It may come as a message you've been waiting on, a call from someone your heart had closed the book on, an email with timing so exact you will know you are being seen, a dream that carries instruction, or a thought so clear it feels like it was placed in your hands. Heaven is in motion. The pieces are moving. What is yours is rising. God says, your pain had purpose. Your betrayal was a bridge I used to carry you where loyalty lives. Your tears watered the soil you stand on now, and that ground is about to bloom toward you. The harvest is never a surprise to the farmer who tended the field. You tended with faith. You will reap in joy. You will recognize this season by the way your chest unclenches, by the way your laughter returns, by the way you remember who I said you are. Michael says, place your hand over your heart. Feel its steady rhythm. That is proof that life continues at my command. Feel the warmth spreading over your shoulders? That is no ordinary warmth. That is the mantle of protection being laid across your back. Even now, there is a cleansing. The residue of exhaustion lifts. The static that made every decision feel heavy dissolves. You are being renewed, cell by cell, thought by thought. Your energy is being sealed in light. God says, your miracle is not a rumor. It is a record. It was written before your first breath. You did not need to earn it, you only needed to become the version of yourself who could hold it without fear. The veil has thinned. You will notice that you can sense more, hear more, understand more. This is not anxiety. This is awareness. You are remembering your name in the language heaven uses for you. Do not fear what you feel. Let your faith be the translator. I have never left you. I have never changed my mind about you. Every time you prayed, angels moved at the perimeter of your life. Every tear was gathered. Not one fell useless. Your waiting was not a waste. It was sacred training in how to breathe underwater, how to see in the dark, how to love without evidence. Now the tide turns. In 2 minutes, when your heart aligns, watch for the door. It may not look like wood and hinges. It may look like peace, like clarity, like a single sentence that unlocks 1,000 possibilities. In the spirit, tables are being set. The chairs are being pulled out. Your name card is already placed. The very voices that muttered against you will be silent with awe. Not because they were punished, but because they are witnessing what happens when a person refuses to bow to fear. Your life is becoming a testimony others will point to when they need strength. They will say, if they made it through that, so can I. Michael says, you have crossed an invisible threshold. The season of waiting has ended. The season of receiving has begun. The fear you carried like a familiar coat suddenly feels too heavy to wear. Leave it behind. Notice what replaces it: peace, the soft certainty that you don't have to chase anything anymore. What is yours is alive and knows how to find you. God says, you will not fail. You will not miss this. I have gone ahead of you. I am already inside your next conversation, your next room, your next morning. I am sending signs that are tailored to your attention, dreams that feel more like instructions than stories, lines in songs that answer questions you've never asked out loud, numbers that appear until you look up and notice you are being spoken to. Pay attention to your own alignment. When you feel that warmth, when the goosebumps come, when you suddenly want to cry and cannot say why, listen. That is me. Child, your story was never small. You carry a light that refuses to be dimmed. Your battles were so fierce because your calling is so large. Now feel that calling activate. Opportunities will meet you in places you did not expect. What you thought was gone resurfaces with perfect timing. A message you once drafted and never sent will finally arrive at your door from another hand. A door you knocked on will swing toward you without your touch. It will feel like the wind did it. Michael says, trust what you cannot yet see. Speak what you believe before it appears. See your miracle fully formed in your inner world, and the outer world will make space. Your agreement is the key. I am guarding you as you say yes. We are sealing your energy in light. No shadow can linger in a room that has been filled with fire. God says, I am breaking the chains you could not name. I am lifting fear out of your bones. The heavy thing you've carried without words, I am carrying it now. You are being restored, not to who you were, but to who you decided you would be when you saw yourself through my eyes. Everything you thought you lost is not lost. It is returning multiplied, cleansed of the old energy that once made it painful to hold. There was a secret blessing hidden under the rubble of your disappointment. The time of unveiling has come. When you finish reading these words, breathe. Close your eyes. Whisper, "I trust you, God." And feel it, the rush, the warmth, the centering. Your angels respond in that instant because they recognize the sound of surrender. They move in like wind, like light across water, like peace. Michael says, "You are safe now. The season of chaos is over. The plans that were plotted in the corners have collapsed under their own weight. The curse is broken. The patterns stop here." You will notice the shift not only inside you but around you. Conversations that once drained you will lose their grip, spaces that felt heavy will begin to feel bright, the people meant for you will find their way easily, as if your name was a magnet. God says, your victory was written. You are not late. You are right on time. The pauses you hated were rehearsals for the day you step onto the stage without fear. Every season had a reason. The bitter ones built your discernment. The quiet ones refined your voice. The weary ones taught you where to rest. You will soon see why nothing worked the old way, because the old way belongs to the old you. And that version has been lovingly retired. Michael says, "Welcome to the line of receiving." The energy around you has turned in your favor. The tightness in your chest loosens. Your shoulders come down. Your sleep begins to deepen. Clarity arrives like a sunrise. You will know what to do without straining. You will speak and feel your words land. You will move and find the ground already firm beneath your steps. God says, "I am sending you reminders through strange places." You will hear your yes echoed back to you through billboards, overheard phrases, tender glances from strangers who feel like old friends. What others dismiss as coincidence, you will recognize as confirmation. Keep your heart soft. Keep your attention clean. Where your gaze goes, your life follows. The hidden truth the angels want you to remember is this: you were never ordinary. You were chosen long before you could spell the word. Your very presence unsettles the plans of darkness. That is why the opposition was relentless. But what can darkness do when the room fills with light? It dissolves. Your light is not learned, it is remembered. Let it expand without apology. Michael says, look for the impossible to begin aligning. The name you thought was lost surfaces. The email you wrote to yourself about a dream feels suddenly present again. The stray thought that once seemed too bold to be yours becomes your next step. Places that felt closed open their doors to you. You will feel it first. Then you will see it. Then you will walk through it. God says, I have witnessed how you kept your heart generous even when you were misunderstood. I have watched you forgive while your knees were still shaking. I have seen you become a sanctuary for others while still learning how to be one for yourself. Now I will show you what I have been building in your absence. It has your fingerprints on it, even though you have not touched it yet. It carries your frequency. It will recognize you. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the quiet bloom. That is the presence of your angels. They are whispering over you now, it's over. The worst has passed. The lesson is complete. You will not need to fight this way again. Let it land. Let it be true for you. Let your nervous system hear the news. You are stepping into a timeline where your resources find you, where love feels like a steady river instead of a storm, where purpose wakes you with a soft joy. You will notice the day you are no longer rehearsing pain in your mind. You will notice the morning you realize the fear has loosened its grip. You will see how the pieces that once looked scattered have arranged themselves into a pathway you can walk with ease. Michael says, stay faithful for just a breath longer. The miracle is already closer than your next inhale. Release the fear. Let forgiveness flow and watch your blessings double. Gratitude is the gate. The moment you say, thank you, God, everything begins to align around that note. Heaven harmonizes with gratitude. God says, I saw the nights no one else saw. I counted the times you pretended strength you did not feel. I held you when you were too tired to hold yourself. I did not rush your healing. I waited for you to be ready to carry what I always intended for you. That moment has arrived. The secret is not secret anymore, you were born for this hour. Your spirit remembers. Within 2 minutes of allowing this truth to anchor in your heart, you will feel the atmosphere change. You will sense an inner click. Doors open in that click. Agreements snap into place in that click. Your steps become guided, and the background noise quiets. That quiet is not emptiness, it is guidance. It is the sound of your life aligning. Rest now, beloved. Put down your striving. I am carrying you where legs cannot take you and lifting you where ladders do not reach. Watch while I make rivers in deserts and roads through oceans. Watch how I turn what they called a failure into the proof of your calling. Watch how quickly redemption works when you stop arguing with your worth. Michael stands beside you with wings spread wide and sword luminous. He declares over you now, it is finished. The battle behind you will not define the road before you. Your miracle is not pending, it is present. Your time is not someday, it is now. You are safe. You are seen. You are wrapped in light. You are invited to participate in this miracle. Breathe deeply. Put your hand to your heart and say, I receive. Whisper the name of the one who has held you through every unknown, and feel the warmth spread as your body hears your spirit's yes. Let the tears come if they come. Let the laughter arrive if it rises. Your emotions are releasing their old instructions. New ones are being written in light. God says, do not look for the old markers of success. This is different. You will not recognize your life by the applause of others but by the ease of your own breath. You will know you are in the right rooms because your soul will exhale there. You will recognize the right relationships because you won't have to bargain with your own value to stay. You will recognize the right opportunities because they will require courage, not contortion. No harm will come near you. No accusation will land. No shadow will survive the strength of the sun that lives inside you. I am rewriting what needed to be rewritten, redeeming what needed to be redeemed, and restoring what needed to be restored. The ledger is balanced. The past is honored and released. The future is seated and certain. And the present, this present, is holy. Michael says, the unseen is moving. In rooms you have not stepped into yet, your name is being spoken with favor. Someone who once looked away is being reminded of your light. A gate that remained closed out of habit is unlatching because you no longer agree to stay outside. Listen for the click. Feel for the invitation. Walk when peace says walk. You will notice gentle signs that keep you company through this shift, numbers repeating in the exact moment you are thinking a brave thought, a butterfly that appears when you ask for comfort, a feather landing on your path, a rainbow appearing where the forecast showed only gray. Let these be delights, not requirements. Your proof is not in the sky. Your proof is in your own rising. God says, the battle that has raged in your mind is quieting. The stronghold has fallen. Where there was panic, there will be perspective. Where there was scarcity, there will be sufficiency. Where there was loneliness, there will be presence, first mine, then mirrored in others. Your cup is being filled at the source so it can overflow without draining you. Make room. Clear the corner of your heart where old scripts tried to convince you to shrink. Expand. Stand tall in the truth that you are not behind. You never were. The hour that felt like delay was latitude being granted to the pieces of your destiny traveling toward you. They are arriving. The timing is perfect because I am perfect. Michael says, there is a light around you that is visible in the spirit. It announces safety. It announces belonging. It announces destiny. Those who are meant to bless you will recognize it as home.